been a writer, an author, a legend in the hip-hop community and the community in general. Has been doing countless functions for fathers on Father's Day, speaking to our young people to be better men. Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Kevin Powell.
Let me out here say a new Brooklyn.
New Brooklyn.
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 I just want to say God is good.
All the time.
And I want to thank the Davis family. I want to thank Brother Jeffrey Davis because James Davis was my city councilman. I'll never forget the day when we got the call. Folks started calling around saying that there had been a shooting in City Hall. And I can't tell you how traumatic it was for a lot of us who live in Fort Greene, Clinton Hill, Prospect Heights, the communities that he represented, because we saw James Davis everywhere. He was the kind of elected official, like Brother Hakeem Jeffries, who you see all over the community. And I want to commend Brother Jeffries because I think he's one of the best examples that we have in Brooklyn right now. And what he said was so right and eloquent because Brother Davis was that kind of person. He went against the system. He understood that he was a voice for the people because he had been a police officer. He had been all over this community. He knew Brooklyn like most folks don't know Brooklyn. And so when that day happened, it was a sad day for us, but I'm so glad that we have Brother Jeffrey Davis who has carried on that legacy. And to me, Brother Davis is not just the little brother James Davis. He's a leader in our community as well. We should give him a round of applause. I just want to say a couple quick things. I love Brooklyn deeply. I will be here for the rest of my life, but we know that the violence is out of control in Brooklyn, New York. We know that. I do a lot of work, and it's so great that Brother Jeffries talked about prisons. I do a lot of workshops upstate New York. Most of the folks up there from Brooklyn are there for violent crimes. Myself and Gene Johnson, other brothers who've been working in the community for the last several years have been doing gang violence intervention very quietly, been working around domestic violence prevention, because when we talk about violence in Brooklyn, we also have to not just talk about men against men, but also domestic violence. Am I right out there? Yeah. And so I want to challenge not just us talking about male on male violence, but the men out here. Even if you're not the kind of man who would ever curse at a woman, God forbid, rape a woman, hit a woman, set a woman on fire, or stab to death a woman the way someone did in Brooklyn a few months ago, to the point where the blood dripped through her apartment floor into the neighbor's apartment, but you got men around you who engage in that kind of behavior in your church, in your masjid, in your clubs, and you say nothing about it, you become just as guilty, brothers. You understand that?
That's right.
And so when we talk about violence, we got to talk about all forms of violence in our communities because it's completely out of control. I can speak about it because I come from that world. You're looking at someone who used to be violent, but if not for the great grace of God and years of therapy and understanding that we got to embrace nonviolence, love, and peace. Let me hear y'all say nonviolence, love, and peace. That's the only way our communities are going to go forward. Thank you, Brother Davis, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Kevin Powell. Kevin Powell.